All right, let's get into it. Today, we're going to explore a really powerful story, one that's been passed down for generations. This is the Talking Earth story. So, let's just start with the big question, the one that kicks this whole thing off. What if the Earth could actually talk? I don't mean with a human voice, obviously, but in its own language. What would it say, and how would we even begin to understand it?
So, where does our story begin? Well, it actually starts with a conflict. But, this isn't some epic battle between armies. It's a battle happening inside someone's mind, a world of doubt. Let's meet our protagonist. She's smart, educated, but she's also got this deep respect for her heritage. And she's completely stuck, caught in this huge tug of war between the world of her ancestors and the modern world she lives in. And this is really the heart of her problem, right? On one side, you've got all these incredible stories from her elders, stories about a living, breathing Earth, and on the other, the world of data, of cold, hard facts, of scientific proof. How is she supposed to make those two things fit together?
Because she can't figure this out on her own, her elders come up with a different kind of solution. A test, really. They decide to send her into the wild.
And look, this isn't just some camping trip. This is an immersive experiment. The challenge is to go out there completely alone into the deep wilderness and see which worldview will actually sustain her. Is it going to be her modern scientific know-how or that ancient wisdom she's heard about her whole life? So her path is laid out with these 4 steps. The first 3, yeah, they make perfect sense, right? Find shelter, get water, find food, basic survival stuff. But that last one, learn to listen. Whoa, that's the real challenge, isn't it? It suggests survival is about more than just taking what you need. It's about connecting. So she's out there for days, struggling, using everything she knows just to get by. And she hits a wall, a breaking point, and it's right there, at the very edge of giving up, that everything changes. This is the moment when the Earth finally speaks. Picture this. She's cold, she's hungry, she is just so frustrated. Her science-based approach has kept her alive, sure, but it hasn't given her any kind of peace. So she just stops. She stops fighting, she stops analyzing, and for the very first time, she just sits. She watches. And in that quiet, that stillness, the world around her starts to feel different. And this is her big aha moment. She realizes this voice isn't something you hear with your ears. It's more like a feeling, an intuition. It's understanding the patterns all around her, the way the wind moves through the trees, the path the animals take to find water, the rhythm of the sun and moon. This whole experience, this is what finally brings her peace. She's found the answer she was looking for, not in some textbook, but out there, in the wild. She's finally learned the wisdom of how to listen. So, what exactly is this talking Earth? Well, it's this idea that the planet is always communicating, just not with words. It's speaking through the language of ecology. The changing seasons, the way water flows, the cycles of life and death for plants and animals. It's a language of systems, not syllables. And when she finally comes back to her village, she's a different person. She can't hand them a spreadsheet or a recording. There's no scientific proof of what happened. But honestly, she doesn't need it. She's carrying something new, a kind of wisdom that has finally bridged that gap between the two worlds inside her head. Okay, so why are we talking about this ancient story now? I mean, in our world of smartphones and constant noise, well, because it has a really powerful message for us today. So what can we take away from this? A few big things, really. First, to value that ancient wisdom. It's not just superstition. It's a whole other way of seeing the world. Second, to find a better balance with nature, seeing ourselves as part of it, not just a consumer of it. And finally, just how powerful it can be to just be quiet and observe. The story really suggests that the Earth's voice never went away. We just got too loud to hear it. So it leaves us with this one big question. The Earth is still speaking through its climate, its ecosystems, its seasons. So are we ready to be quiet and actually listen?